It was the winter of 2003, one of the coldest, foggiest winters North Bengal had seen in years. The kind of winter where breath fogs the air and sound travels oddly in the stillness. In a quiet village surrounded by paddy fields, a young man named Atik and his cousins had made plans. At dawn, they would drain a small pond to catch fish. That was the plan. But what happened that night still haunts Atik to this day. He was sleeping in a small outhouse on his cousin's property. The fog had settled thick outside, and the air was heavy. Around 1 or 2 a.m., Atik was startled awake by the sound of his name being whispered. No, called from outside. Atik, Atik, it's time. Groggy and confused, he opened the door. A figure stood just outside. One of his cousins, facing away, not quite right. The cousin didn't look at him, didn't move naturally, just said, "Come on, it's dawn. We need to start draining the pond." Atik, still half asleep, grabbed the equipment and followed. But something was off. No matter how fast he walked, the distance between him and the cousin, just a few hand lengths, never changed. They walked like that for what felt like hours, but couldn't have been more than minutes, through fog, through silence, until they reached the pond. His cousin just stood there, silent, unmoving. He didn't help remove the aquatic plants, didn't touch the draining equipment. Atik worked alone, and then it happened. As they began draining the water, the cousin suddenly yanked the rope violently, pulling Atik forward. He lost his balance and fell face first into the freezing, muddy water. As he struggled to rise, something leapt onto his back. A weight, a presence, pressing his face deeper into the muck. A hand, hairy, soft, pulling him down. And yet impossibly strong, gripped the back of his neck. In a panic, Atik thrashed and kicked until the creature let go. He scrambled up and caught a glimpse of it. Something like a gorilla, black-furred, clinging to him. Its touch burned. He screamed, kicked it off, and ran. He didn't look back. He couldn't. He sprinted blindly across the wet fields, heart pounding, breath ragged. And then he fell, hard, at the base of a giant rain tree. Locals avoided this tree. They whispered stories of suicides, of curses. It was said that spirits hung from its branches. As Atik lay there on his back, catching his breath, he looked up. There was someone hanging, a rope swinging gently in the fog. The figure turned slightly. The face was hidden, obscured by mist, but Atik knew it was someone dead, someone watching. Sick with dread, he ran again, through the fields, past the trees, past the graveyard, which was worse. There, among the bamboo clumps by the road, stood a corpse, shrouded in white, leaning as though waiting. Atik froze. His legs wouldn't move. And then instinct took over. He threw himself to the side of the road. His head hit a tree, and everything went black. When he woke up, the cold had soaked into his bones. Standing beside him was a tall, unfamiliar man, pale and silent. The man said Atik had been lying there a long time. He offered to walk him home. So Atik walked, and the man followed, always behind him. No matter how slow Atik went, the man stayed behind, never beside, never ahead. As they neared the village entrance by a friend's house, Atik turned to speak. The man was gone. No footsteps, no sound, just fog. Panicked beyond reason, Atik ran to his friend's door and pounded on it. The family let him in, stunned by his soaked, muddy state. He told them everything. But when they searched the road, there was no man. In the morning, Atik went to his cousin's house. The others were there, confused, concerned. They said they had tried to wake him at dawn, but he never answered. When they went to the pond, it was partially drained. The equipment had been used. The cousin Atik thought he saw, he had been at the pond all morning. He swore he never left his house during the night. And so, the question remains: who called Atik out that night? Who led him to the pond? And what followed him in the dark?